1. Awakening of the Martial Soul. On the Tsung Lam continent, strength reigns supreme. Only those who awaken a martial soul can step onto the path of martial cultivation, commune with heaven and earth, and absorb spiritual energy to grow stronger. Martial souls take countless forms and are divided into 4 great ranks: heaven, earth, profound, and yellow. Each rank is further divided into 10 grades. The higher the rank of a martial soul, the greater its potential and cultivation speed, making future achievements unimaginable. In Lokha Kingdom, within Lam 3 City, the Tan family was holding a grand ceremony for the awakening of martial souls among its young disciples. On the pitch-black altar, a handsome youth with proud eyes, Tan Chong Kong, sat cross-legged. He was the eldest son of the Tan family's grand elder, and was second only to the current young master, Tan Nam, in innate talent. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation. As the altar activated, ethereal white lights like phantom serpents danced and spiraled before entering Tan Chong Kong's body. Suddenly, a deep, resonant roar echoed. Behind him, the ferocious phantom of a white tiger manifested, exuding an oppressive aura. 5 flickering yellow lights circled his body, leaving the entire crowd in shock. A yellow rank grade 5 martial soul! It's a beast-type martial soul, the presiding elder exclaimed. The audience erupted in whispers. Heavens! Our Tan family has produced another top-tier genius! A yellow rank grade 5 one appears only once every 3 years in Lam 3 City. Tan Chong Kong's face was full of pride and excitement. His eyes swept the crowd before settling on a youth with an ordinary appearance, Tan Nam, the young master of the Tan family and the #1 prodigy of Lam 3 City. Next, Tan Nam, the presiding elder called loudly, his gaze brimming with expectation. The entire venue fell silent. All eyes turned toward Tan Nam, the youth who had abandoned scholarly pursuits at age 9 to train in martial arts, hunted a tiger bare-handed at 11, and created his own martial technique at 16, shaking the entire city. A martial king once commented, "His talent will surely allow him to awaken a martial soul surpassing yellow rank grade 5. Clad in a black robe, Tan Nam's pale face, like someone recovering from illness, showed no emotion as he stepped slowly onto the altar. He closed his eyes and regulated his breathing, allowing the white light to flood his body. Around him, disciples and elders whispered, "The young master Tan Nam will definitely surpass Tan Chong Kong, perhaps a yellow rank grade 6, maybe even an earth rank martial soul." Meanwhile, Tan Chong Kong sneered coldly. "Talent isn't everything. Who knows? Maybe he'll awaken only a yellow rank grade 2 martial soul." As the white light grew denser, suddenly a yellow light flared. From within the glow emerged a massive flaming broadsword, radiating scorching heat. But there was only one yellow light. The entire audience froze. A yellow rank grade 1 martial soul? How can this be? Even Tan Chong Kong's eyes widened in disbelief. Tan Nam opened his eyes and looked at the crowd still reeling from shock. He murmured softly, "Chik Dim Dao, yellow rank grade 1. There was no despair in his eyes. Instead, an almost imperceptible smile flickered across his lips before he concealed it.
2. Soul of the War God. The entire arena fell silent, broken only by the sound of heavy breathing. Tan Chong Kong was the first to break the silence. He burst into loud laughter, his voice echoing across the space like rolling thunder. "Ha ha ha ha! Tan Nam, who would have thought you'd awaken a yellow rank grade 1 martial soul? A so-called genius? You're nothing but trash now! I am the true #1 genius of the Tan family, the greatest talent in all of Lam 3 City." The yellow rank grade 1 martial soul was the lowest grade of all, no different from a crippled soul. In the Tan family, it was exceedingly rare for someone to awaken such a low-tier soul. Most managed at least yellow rank grade 2 or higher. Tan Chong Kong's laughter was sharp and piercing, like a blade slicing through the air, jolting everyone out of their daze. The looks of respect and hope that the disciples and elders had directed at Tan Nam instantly turned into disdain and disappointment. Yellow rank grade 1? What trash! To think I actually had high hopes. Turns out he's just a worthless cripple. Tan Triong Kong is the real genius. Tan Nam is nothing but garbage. In the world of martial cultivation, strength was everything. Since childhood, Tan Nam had shown extraordinary talent, but now he was nothing more than a laughingstock. The crowd's disappointment even began to fester into resentment. Tan Triong Kong looked down at Tan Nam with smug satisfaction, his tone dripping with mockery. So what if you created your own martial techniques? In the end, you're just a cripple. Tan Nam didn't respond. He simply turned and walked away in silence. At that moment, not a single person stood by his side. The scene was desolate, almost heartbreaking. As soon as Tan Nam left, disciples and elders swarmed around Tan Triong Kong, falling over themselves to flatter him. Brother Tan Triong Kong, you deserve to be the young master of the Tan family. Wherever you lead, we will follow without question. The news spread quickly, shaking the entire Tan family and Lam Tui City. No one could have imagined that the once celebrated genius Tan Nam possessed only a yellow rank grade 1 martial soul. While everyone turned to praise Tan Triong Kong, the one who had awakened a yellow rank grade 5 beast soul, Tan Nam quietly returned to his courtyard. He understood all too well that this world only respected the strong. Yet deep in his heart, the coldness of his family still left him bitterly disappointed. Sitting cross-legged, Tan Nam summoned his Chik Diem Dao martial soul. The blade slowly emitted waves of heat as it absorbed spiritual energy from the heavens and earth. But after 3 hours of cultivation, the results were disappointing. With such a low-grade martial soul, his cultivation speed was painfully slow. Still, Tan Nam let out a faint smile. A yellow rank grade 1 is perfect. This is exactly what I needed to awaken the soul of the war god. Within his dantian, a mass of crimson lightning floated, emanating a terrifying ancient aura. It was a relic from the time he was struck by lightning at age 14, an ownerless martial soul known as the soul of the war god. To merge with it, he needed to sacrifice his current martial soul. The higher the grade of his existing soul, the lower the success rate. But with a useless yellow rank grade 1 martial soul, Tan Nam didn't hesitate for even a moment. Gripping the Chik Diem Dao, he began chanting an ancient incantation. Soul sacrifice technique! Dark light flared from his hands, slowly engulfing the flaming broadsword. The blade vibrated violently before shattering into countless crimson sparks that spiraled into Tan Nam's dantian. At that instant, the crimson lightning in his dantian erupted. A deep, thunderous voice echoed like divine thunder. Soul of the war god, fight the heavens, fight the earth, fight and never lose. Tan Nam roared, his eyes turning blood red. The searing pain tore through his body until he finally lost consciousness and collapsed.
Provocation at the gate. At dawn the next morning, Tan Nam slowly regained consciousness. His body felt as if it had been through a brutal ordeal. Every muscle ached, and even the slightest movement sent waves of tearing pain through him. As he recalled the ancient voice from the previous night, a lingering fear gripped his heart. That voice seemed to pierce straight into his soul, impossible to forget. The most pressing matter now is to see just how powerful the soul of the war god truly is. Taking a deep breath, Tan Nam walked into the courtyard and sat cross-legged. Closing his eyes, he focused his mind inward to connect with his martial soul. Before him, streaks of golden light gradually began to flicker to life. 6 brilliant beams coalesced, and from within them emerged a vague, regal figure, suspended in the air like a king descending from the heavens. The oppressive aura it radiated made it hard for Tan Nam to even breathe. This is the soul of the war god? Joy surged in his chest. Though it had only reached yellow rank grade 6, slightly lower than he had hoped, the ancient, boundless energy emanating from it assured him that the soul of the war god's true potential was far from being fully revealed. Without hesitation, Tan Nam began cultivating. The moment the soul of the war god manifested, spiritual energy from all directions surged in, condensing into misty layers that enveloped him. His cultivation speed skyrocketed, dozens of times faster than before. After just 3 hours, he broke through from body tempering stage 1 to stage 2. With the soul of the war god, the dream of becoming a true powerhouse is no longer just wishful thinking. At that moment, a young maid entered carrying a jade tray with 10 body tempering pills. Normally, family disciplines received only 1 pill, yet Tan Nam had been given 10. Clearly, this was arranged by his father, Tan Tin, the head of the Tan family. Thinking of his father's affection, Tan Nam's eyes reddened slightly. He swallowed a pill and began refining it, but strangely, before the medicinal energy could spread through his body, it was sucked away by a mysterious force. Startled, he tried again with several more pills, only for the same thing to happen each time. Could it be the soul of the war god? He released his martial soul, and sure enough, the soul of the war god was devouring the medicinal energy. After consuming all 10 body tempering pills, a 7th golden beam flared from the soul of the war god. It had advanced to yellow rank grade 7. The martial soul? It can increase its grade by consuming pills? Tan Nam was utterly stunned. If this was true, the soul of the war god's potential far surpassed that of ordinary martial souls. Perhaps it could even advance to Wisterius rank, Earth rank, or even the legendary Heaven rank. As he reveled in his discovery, a loud crash shattered the moment. The courtyard gates were kicked open, sending splinters flying. Tan Nam, get out here. Don't blame me for forgetting our old friendship. A young man clad in luxurious robes strode in, a long azure sword strapped to his back, emitting 3 golden beams of light and a murderous aura. Tan Nam's gaze turned ice cold. Tan Q, what do you want?